Welcome to the 52 Love Podcast, your show for 52 love lessons in 52 weeks. Before we dive in, remember you can find the video version of this episode on YouTube along with the rest of the series. And now here's your host, Ms. Tonya Todd.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the 52 Love Podcast. And as you just heard from my nifty new BZ intro, I am your host, Tonya Todd. 52 Love began as a blog series where we went through every week and had a tip to express love and, improve romance in your relationship. And the 52 Love Podcast explores those tips with a new guest each week. This week's tip is writing poetry for your partner. And my guests, Mike and Megan, are here to just kind of let us know their experience with that. Mike and Megan, will you please introduce yourselves and let us know what makes you so exciting?
I don't know that. Megan, do you want to go first?
No, you can go first. Oh, okay.
I can go first.
Hi, I'm Megan. I wouldn't say that I'm that excited. I'm a teacher.
Which is an essential skill.
It is an essential skill.
Fitness Instagram, that's exciting, isn't it?
I do have a fitness Instagram. I teach languages, so I teach French and Spanish, and I'm half Italian. So there's some fun facts.
I'm not nearly that exciting. My name is Mike. I have a podcast called Genuine Chits Chat, and that's, I think, how me and Tonya first got into contact. So Tonya's been on my show now. From next week, it'll be 3 times. So whenever this airs, it will probably the third one will be out. And we're both from England, so English podcaster. There's not really much else to say about me, I don't think.
You love Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I may be the world's greatest poem writer as well. So I've only written 2 in my life, and this is one of them. But I am genuinely one of my little skills. I don't like to brag about it, though. You know how it goes.
You're incredibly modest.
The most modest.
Tell us about your podcasts.
Okay, so the first one, Genuine Chits Chat. Yeah, I have a different guest on each episode, and occasionally Megan guests, depending on
co-host.
Yeah, the self-proclaimed co-host, depending on who I'm talking to. Really, before the world was ending in lockdown and stuff, it was in person. Megan would join for quite a few of them, and then sometimes on the ones we do, which are primarily via Zoom now, she joins in. I have different guests on all kinds of variety of topics. Some authors, there's filmmakers, travelers, nerdy things. One of my most famous episodes is the one where I spoke with a magister from the Church of Satan, so that's a fun one. It's not how you think. The Church of Satan is not a religious organization, they're all atheistic, so that was a fun one.
How did you arrange that?
I went on the Church of Satan website, emailed them and said, I have a podcast, I'm interested.
So you sought out this person.
Yeah, Bill M, solid bloke. It's really nice. They don't. It's a massive misconception. I've known about it for a while, and I just thought it'd be nice to kind of shed some light on this misconception. So
thank you for your service.
It's good. I do try, service the podcasting realm. I've also had 2 separate blind individuals on my show as well, so I'm doing my part. But Goff is amazing. He's I think he's been on more times than anyone. I think, and he's going to be on again soon this year, I imagine. So. Yeah, and my other podcast is called Star Wars Comics in Canon. It's all about Star Wars comics, unsurprisingly, and it's on the feed of Comics in Motion. And every day of the week, Comics in Motion has a different show. Each one's all about comics, some TV movies, some classic comics, some discussion shows, all kinds of different things. So there you go. There's my plugs.
Do you have any recent episodes of Genuine Chit Chat that you want to plug?
I
feel like you had a very special guest recently.
Yeah, I can't. It's not really been. No, obviously there's one with you, Tonya. Which
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I thought I'd say it anyway.
Okay.
What's the date now? The 17th. So by the 24th of January, the one with you will be out. Then, I've had loads. All of my guests are special.
One.
Yeah, I know it was Claudia Gray. I know that was the one that she was
Yeah,
hinting
that's
at.
the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Claudia Gray, the Star Wars author. Well, she's written many more books that are not Star Wars than are Star Wars. But the way I know about her is her being a Star Wars author. And I had her on my show, and it was lots of fun. And I have plans to speak with another Star Wars author as well, and other people vaguely involved in Star Wars. So it's a exciting time. That's the main reason I do the show. It's all just a big guy, so I can talk to famous people to do with Star Wars. Slowly, 10 years' time, I'll be talking to Jon Favreau. That's how it's kind of going.
Right.
That's a bold statement.
Oh, that'd be the dream, wouldn't it? There's no chance.
Can
But
you imagine?
I would kill to be one of those pilots that just, I've always said, like, in at the original A New Hope when pilots like Hawkins and things just yell and then they explode. That's just what I want to be. I don't want to be anyone exciting or important in Star Wars. Just someone who's a pilot who just gets to blow up. That's the dream. That's the reason I do my podcast.
That's the dream. Well, if I can help you in any way during your journey, I will do so.
Okay, we'll get BZ to make a Star Wars film, and then I'll feature in that. And there we go, sorted.
It's on. Well, this week's tip was writing a poem to your partner. So how did you guys go about this? Did you both write a poem? Did only one of you write a poem?
We both wrote a poem. Megan's poem is exactly twice as long as mine is. So, which was interesting.
Yeah, we originally were in the same room. And then Mike got up and was just like, I can't concentrate, and just left. I was like, okay, bye.
I can't write a poem about you or to you.
So yeah,
in the room with you, or you write a poem.
We did it separately in separate rooms.
Yeah, and you finished much before me.
Yeah, I finised about 10 minutes before you did.
Performance anxiety, huh?
Yeah. Normally it's premature celebration, but in this regard, no, didn't even get the motor started.
This is the best poem ever.
But yeah, it was. I tried not to with the poem. What was the term? ABCB? Was that the?
That's what I said. Yeah, mine. My poem rhymes on the second and fourth line of every stanza. Yeah, that's right, stanza.
I don't know. I'm a scrub. I don't know about. I know what iambic pentameter is to a vague degree, but I can't say I've used it. I'm not quite that clever.
Yeah.
You're just ruining all the Anglophiles over here.
I know. Tony would be the best one to speak about this sort of tomfoolery. He is the Jane Austen fanatic. But me, I'm generally not a massive fan of poems in general. There's been a few that I really enjoy, but the majority I've heard I'm not a fan of. And I've been to quite a lot of poetry slams. I don't know what they're called, where you go there and have people read out poetry. Mm-hmm. I'd say some of them are brilliant. When you get a good poem, it is insane, which is what mine's going to be like. But most of them are just some of them try a bit too hard, I find, and they're not. I don't know, if they don't rhyme, it upsets me, which I think I'm just a child in that regard.
Yes, you are.
Rhyme.
Yeah. So the poem can't be good without rhyme, otherwise I don't want to hear about it.
I was there on the internet looking up what word rhymes with day.
You couldn't even get one with itch, could you?
Oh yeah, it was
itch.
Oh, I was rhyming. So in the original draft, I was saying about how Mike likes Star Wars, and then I said a line, even though Anakin's a whiny little bitch, and then I couldn't think of anything that rhymed with bitch, and it took me ages. So I ended up not writing that, and I wrote something else instead.
And she told me that after writing it, and I immediately went, why not just it's in a crevice that's causing me an itch or something like that?
Oh no, it's because yeah. But yeah, you came up with a line
really romantic like that.
I did. Well, I'm warning you. My poem's good. It didn't say it was romantic. It's not even about Megan. It's
all about Mike.
Different. It's about me.
Star Wars.
My poem's about me. It's about how great I am. Could you imagine? That'd be good. 52 love. All 52 for me.
Right. Do either of you have a favorite poem?
My own.
I haven't read many poems, but the poems that I have read have all been to do with school. So poems you have to study at school. I didn't have to study any poems, but when I was a teaching assistant, I had to help some students out with poems. So Ozymandias is an all right poem, but I can't remember who it's by. So that's an okay poem, but otherwise I don't really have a favorite poem per se.
I know the Ozymandias is the name of the ship in the Matrix. No, that's the Nebuchadnezzar. Sorry, I'm being silly.
Ozymandias was a pharaoh or an Egyptian or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, because my favorite poem is actually on an album. It sounds weird. It's a spoken word piece because Serge Tankian's got a few poems I quite like. Who's the singer of System of a Down, but I can't think of anything of his poems. But there's a band called Stone Sour that I really like, and on their first album they've got a song called Omega, and it's not a song; it's just the singer talking, spoken word. I recommend anyone checks it out. It's quite teenage me like quite a lot. Yeah, Corey Taylor. I've met him. He one of the few times I didn't know what to say. I was just so starstruck, but I've met him and I've seen Stone Sour live 3 times and Slipknot live twice. So Slipknot my favorite band ever. So Corey Taylor does come with that quite nicely. But yeah, the song Omega on their first Stone Sour album, it was good for me when I was a teenager because it's quite, from what I can remember, it's quite edgy. So there's also one called Half Caste, which is about the use of that word. It's an English one we learnt in school. And it's specifically about the use of that word and its racist connotations.
I
and things.
remember that poem.
Yeah, but I heard the version of that that's spoken. You can find it on YouTube by the actual author, and it's written phonetically.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's really good. That's the first poem I ever heard. I was like, this poem doesn't suck. Wow, it's got emotion in it, and it's really cool. So yeah, Half Caste and Omega, they're the two of my favorite poems.
So I don't want to pressure you, but are either of you willing to share your poem?
Yes.
We have them here. We can read them.
Do you want to read yours? The way we did it is you read yours to me first, and then I read mine to you. You're going to tell them what happened when I read. No, we can tell them what you did after I've read my poem. See if the same reaction.
Oh yeah, it's my reaction to everything. Okay, so this is my poem to Mike. To my dearest Michael, I'm writing you a poem to say about lots of the ways that I love you, which I shall read to you today. I love how funny and silly you are. You always make me cackle, even when you touch my knees, and I wish you were in shackles. I love how you're the cuddliest boy, and we nuzzle face to face. It always makes me feel so happy when I'm safe in your embrace. I love how you support me in everything I do, motivate, challenge, inspire me, and then encourage me too. I love that you're so passionate about lots of different things, podcasting, music, and movies, and the joy that comics bring. I love that you love Star Wars, and it's the topic for 30 minutes a day. I joke about it all the time, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love that you're the bestest boy in the whole entire world. And Michael, I just want you to know that I'll always be your girl. So here's to you, the love of my life, because honestly, you're just incredible. I can't wait to spend forever with you, and I can't think of anything more preferable.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a lovely poem, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think it's very sweet, and I actually got a little verklempt.
Well, Megan got all teary.
Oh, I cried.
It felt very honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's here's my one. I've got to clear my throat for this performance. I'm gonna
And jab me in the face with
I
your
forgot
pen.
in video. I'm not used to it. Normally. I'm picking my nose and everything. Just don't worry. I've not been doing that. Anyway, poem. Okay. So I call this As Yet Untitled. While writing poems isn't a forte of mine, I wanted to give it the old college try, to speak of a person whom I hold so dear, even when she cackles loudly right in my ear. After meeting on Tinder, it's such a surprise that she chose me over all other guys. To try out the meals she loves to cook, for adventure and breakfast, call me Peregrine Took. As the fool that I am, and a lucky one at that, to spend all of lockdown with her inside of our flat. How is she not sick of me from all of this time? Perhaps it's intervention from the divine. I can't be sure of what it could be, but she seems to only bring out the best in me. So as this poem steadily comes to its end, I introduce Megan, my soulmate and best friend.
Aww.
Mate, that last line, I was like, and I'm gone. The tears are out.
Yeah.
So how did you guys go about reading them to each other? I mean, did you make it an event, or did you just finish and snuggle together and share them?
We just came in here, just sat in this room and just read them to each other.
Phrasing.
We walked into the office and sat in here and read them to each other.
Yeah, and then sorted out a few of these bits and pieces around here for the podcast. We did read it out. What was it about? We did when we wrote them, so it was a few hours ago, wasn't it?
We basically straight after you finished writing it, we read them to each other
before mine, and then you started watching Jane the Virgin.
I started watching TV while I was waiting for Mike to hurry up and finish writing.
I couldn't. The thing is, I can't write a poem while looking at you. Write a poem about you while looking at you. I have to kind of let my mind run through. I've got hiccups now, which is great for a podcast. I've been drinking cider. I'm a terrible person. But yeah, so reading when I went to write mine, it was quite hard to begin with, but I kind of got it going after a little while, and then after reading it, it was nice. I think we just had something to eat.
Yeah, we had a cuddle, said I love you, and then
well, you wiped your tears away.
I wiped my tears away.
Yeah.
And then
how did it make you feel when she cried?
I mean, it was nice, but
it's not an infrequent thing.
She cries quite a lot. I don't cry very often, so it's the end of Forrest Gump. If you play the end of that, you can get me quite teary in that.
Yeah, I cried.
It's been the odd film. End of Avengers Endgame. That's pretty More actually, the end of Infinity War, that makes me quite upset.
Yeah.
Spoiler
cry
alert:
very
when
often.
Spider-Man disappears. Oof, don't like it. Makes me very sad. That and the end of Forrest Gump when he's crying over Jenny's grave. They're the two moments that are most likely to see me teary. But
Yeah.
I don't really get teary. But I don't get happy teary. I'm not one of those people. Not yet. I think when I have a kid one day, I probably will. But
The thing is that like even with like Christmas cards, Mike will write something nice in a Christmas card, and that will make me cry as well. I'm a pansy.
you cry about a lot. Yeah. Some episodes of this, some episodes of that.
It's
You're just tearing away. Maybe an episode like a nature documentary, sort of cute enough. Not me.
Sometimes even the Great British Bake Off.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Not me. I'm made of stone. The end of the SpongeBob movie is pretty sad as well.
Anyway.
Oof, that gets me in my heart. But yeah, it was fun. We did say it was cool.
I did enjoy doing it, yeah.
I think we're gonna have to do another one at some point because we've got those 50 adventure couple things, haven't we?
Yeah.
That we've got. This,
Oh yeah.
But Megan got me for Christmas this book that's got like 50 things to do as a couple that like adventure things. But it's like a scratch card, like each. It's like a really nice book, and in each page is like 2 areas to scratch with.
Sounds like a fantastic idea for a book.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, and we had that, and one of them is called like Mad Hatter or something. It's something about poetry, I think. So
I don't know.
well, I feel like we're going to be doing another one. So if we do, I'll let
If
you
we
know.
do, we know that we'll have enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
It was a cool activity to do. I was getting annoyed at myself initially because it wouldn't flow, and then once I got on track, I enjoyed it. It's nice. Any excuse to make Megan happy cry is good.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Well, thank you both for trying the tip and for sharing your experience with us. I appreciate you both being on the show. I think you're both adorable. I love watching you together. And you should know, Megan, when I met him, he just started talking about you. Like he's the host of the show and he just starts talking about Megan.
Well, I am fantastic. So that's not really.
Most people who meet us both end up preferring Megan. That's generally how it goes. So I have to go right. I have to bond a strong enough friendship with someone before they meet Megan. Because if they don't like me enough to begin with, yeah, that'll be it. They'll just want to hang out with Megan and I'll be pushed to the side.
Well, I can see why. She's amazing.
You're amazing.
That's what the poem was all about.
Yes.
Well, that's it.
Well, let everyone know how they can find you on social media and what they can do to support you.
Go on, Megan. You're the number one guest here. You tell.
I mean, I'm not that exciting, but if anyone wants to follow my health and fitness journey where I'm trying to lose weight, I have an Instagram account and it's at Grits Gets Fit.
Spell it.
GRITSGETSFIT.
Grits Gets Fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And I tag her. And if you follow me on social media, which is at Genuine Chit Chat, on Instagram, I do tag her in the odd thing, depending. But Megan also does post a lot of food photos, which I think is what the main thing people use Instagram for.
There is a lot of food on there, yeah.
It's almost every meal. It's pretty much every meal, isn't it?
I post, basically all of my meals and like some of my workouts. So there's basically a variety of pictures of food and sweaty pictures of me.
Yeah. And I pop up cameo every now and then, like a little guest star. I pop up in the background. But if anyone really desperately follows me and is like stalking me and wants to know what I eat, just follow Megan because
We eat the same thing.
Pretty much the same every time. So yeah, as I said, at Genuine Chit Chat, and that's where we can get all the information that I'll be posting about this on there once it's been released. But all of the stuff that I guest in and all the episodes I release on either of my podcasts can be found there. So yeah, thank you very much for having us on, Tonya. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I just want to share a fun fact. This is the creator of the show's logo.
I did. Yes, I did do that.
You did, and I love it. It's awesome.
Thank you.
And I appreciate it.
It's normally with logos is because I've made a few. I've made the one for Tony's show, Indie Comic Spotlight. There's a couple on the Comics in Motion feed that I've made, and I don't like to make a big deal out of it or anything because it's like, hey, you know that show? And then I made that logo. It's like
I did that. It's me.
the Tony's one was the same. I just thought this show's called Indie Comics Spotlight, and he wears glasses, so I thought I'd do a spotlight with some font that's a little bit different and have glasses on there. I needed 52 Love, and I thought, 52 Love. That's probably, I was thinking of 52 Hearts, and then I was like, I can't really be bothered to do 52 Hearts. So I just thought, who conjoined? And I was like, she's happy with that.
Yes.
Maybe she doesn't like that design. I'll try and figure out something more complicated with another 50 Hearts. But yeah, I'm glad you like it.
It makes more sense because it's the two entwined for 52 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah. I thought about putting numbers in there, but when I tried it, it looked a bit weird.
No,
But-
it looks great. I love it.
Well, I'm very happy that you enjoy it, and it's reflective of the show, as I knew the show would be great. So there we go. All works.
Well, thank you again for being here, and thank you everyone for joining us again. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe so that you can be notified the next episode, and like and share with your friends. That's it for now. Just remember that love is a verb.